toes. I don't ever take mine with me. You can always grab mine. I mean, we've got right? Is Big Bird coming today or no?
Big Bird?
Yeah.
Mario.
Mario.
Or was it Luigi?
Yeah. I got it. I got it.
All three balls. We're having a conversation.
We had a men's play the other night. I had one guy on the tree, you know, the one that to the sideline. The other one that is like, shake the ball. Like that, yeah, not the one down in the tango. Yeah, the higher one. Shake off of there, bounce it, one, intimidating, from court one to bounce. Yeah. What? Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you have it? We were playing Montclair last year. One of the ladies did it over. Here comes my day off. Yeah, I ride for that. There you go.
They're spelled different. Scandinavian way.
The correct one.
It's like I.
Good news for you is the senior can win one. The dual thing on top of it.
But I want to get to Irish.
But 3 hours.
Nearby.
6-2.
Hey, you're in Philly. Like,
Great, you
yeah,
have to. Start and bottom right there.
It would be old. You know, T-shirt.
You already got one like 5 weeks ago.
Right.
Just for the crowd.
Just get fresh.
Just wear it the first 2 games and take it off.
Just
Rip it off.
Just hold it.
No, Delaware. Still like an hour away.
I don't even like sitting in the chair. And meanwhile, my shorts are full.
It just did.
How many hours?
Why don't you give me your coaching tips over there? Please tell me.
You're gonna be recover real quick. That was a mistake.
Coming out. It's gonna be so weird. It doesn't seem right.
That's what they're saying. Is Felipe even here yet?
The only nervous problem is
I need to reverse
go on answer. And then I'll spin myself. I can't do like that. And then you get women less than us. Like that. Yeah, that's true. They're like that chair could just gravity. It's like
I have one.
Yeah,
and the whole thing just pops up.
Yeah, you're strapped in.
Madeline, where's Joe Ryan? He was just here. Go get him.
Joe's getting nervous. He's got stage fright. He's getting a shot. He's getting Rumpelman.
We had to take that out of the
We
article.
take it out of the article.
He was right here. He actually got it. Take it back. Talking. Introduce himself and
Larry, yeah.
spin for you.
Shirt's coming off.
Gentlemen, Jennifer Fry, going to be umpiring here today. I've watched the guys on the field. Both do very strict football. Receive, serve, what style you want to do.
From you and
You guys already have a point. You already have a point with this.
Get up in the chair.
You're elected to receive.
Oh, I couldn't. I was frozen. I was like, I went to the bathroom and then I got to give me a beer, and I had a beer, and I was so cold that I really smelled like it. You guys went outside, I couldn't even, my legs were like L's.
voltage.
I can, Mark.
Amazing match point. What athleticism.
And there you have it, your APTA national champions.
Best match of the year.
Brilliant shot.
Incredible stuff. And it's sitting up and he's right there.
welcome to the 22-23 APTA Tour. We're live from the Philly Cricket Club, bringing you the Philly Cricket Classic, which is the third stop on the 22-23 APTA Tour. Sponsored by the APTA membership, the APTA national sponsors, Paddle Pro and Fusion, as well as local sponsors, Falcone, Pon Lahaki, Team Wazell, Fiduciary Trust International, BLB&B Advisors LLC, SSH Real Estate, and Total Platform Tennis. I'm Mark Fischel, along with Andrew Hawker, bringing you this quarterfinal matchup on the Philly Classic. Andrew, would you like to introduce the players?
Okay, great matchup coming up here. Marco Grangiero. We have, let's see, this is in the back, looks like the back left out on the court. Sven Lalic just outside the court, and inside the court, Tomas Christian and Anton Protsenko.
Let's take a quick look at the draw. Let's take a quick look at the draw to see how these teams got here. There you can see they got here relatively easily. Looks like all of our top seeds are through. And it should be a fun matchup. Protsenko's been as high as 5 in the country. Marco Grangiero, a former national semifinalist in Darien with George Wilkinson, been a top player for a long time.
I'm talking.
Sven Lalic, playing with Grangiero, very talented young player. And then Thomas Christian's had some success with Drew Broderick, so it's going to be a fun match. Should remind our viewers that it's best of 3 sets, regular scoring, rest of 3 tiebreak sets.
To my left, in the news court, from Glenside, Pennsylvania, Tomas Christian and his partner on the end court from Connecticut, Anton Protsenko.
Joe Ryan introducing players, chair umpire.
In the news court.
I just cut my phone off.
Okay, as I mentioned, that's chair umpire Joe Ryan. Looks like the players are getting ready to start. A little housekeeping first. Okay, Thomas Christian to serve, and the black hat is partner Anton Protsenko at the net. That's Sven Lalic returning. We got a question first call.
15.
Grangiero will show a lot of moxie. He's a very clever player, likes to have a soft backhand, very quick around the court, one of the fastest players, does a lot of great blitzing, and every once in a while will just absolutely explode into a forehand. And there's some of his court positioning, taking that ball early and chipping the backhand down the line down the middle for a winner. Like love 40. A couple of early faults. Christian. Miss lob long, 30-40. Back to deuce. Andrew Grangero is always known for being a really patient player. What was your attitude against guys like that?
Yeah, I'll tell you, you've got to pick your moments and try to play just as steady as you can. I played him a few times back in the day. And like you said, he's just so steady, and when you're not expecting it, boom, he comes up with some stellar shots.
Good forehand there, takes us back to deuce. Oh, huge forehand from Lalic.
Wow.
Great exchange at the net.
There we go.
Is yours muted?
Forehand there from Grangero. Cut shot takes us to another deuce. Long first game. Both teams seem to be right into it, Andrew. You see Grangero hits the ball through so hard they never even move. Just play it up the back wires and stay at the net.
Yeah, Mark, what do you see as the basic game plan kind of out of the gate? What do you think both teams have in mind?
Not sure yet. Pursenko has not had a lot of success the last couple of years. Was size 5 in the country with Maxwell Fair. Had a huge win over Broderick and Palmer, 2020 Nationals at Canoebrook. Just has not had that level of success of late. Lalic misses a backhand. He can really drive the ball up with both wings. Great nets. Lalic in the blitz.
How about that? Love 40 down.
Great hole to start.
Yes, this is new territory. I guess Tomas played most of the season last year with Drew Broderick, so this is a whole new frame of mind for him.
Playing with Drew Broderick has got to be different than playing with anybody else. And Drew plays the game so differently. They had that endless match in Boston. Made a great run there to the final before losing to Grant Mitchell.
Yep, worth going back and watching that one. That was a beauty.
15 love. Again, that's Sven Lalic serving. His partner Marco Grangero at the net. There's some of the all-around court presence from Pursenko. He's got great hands, moves real well. Misses that forehand.
What? Now I missed the score on them. I think it's done.
30-15. Up. Fault there takes us to 30 all, I think.
30 all.
Mark Bell from Grangero. No reason to hang in there and try and make that volley. Great lob from Lalic. Pursenko's very active in the backcourt. Lots of times you see him moving around, blitzing. Taking balls on the rise.
Everybody can hear the other.
Great pickup from Matsenko there. That was a tough slash. Rogero is so quick around the court. In answer to your earlier question, Andrew, right now I think both teams are just kind of settled into some good solid battle. That ball's called out.
40-30.
So 40-30. Point for 1-all. First set.
Yes.
Back to deuce. That is a dangerous spot. Lelich gets away with it. Don't want to make a living over there. Christian will make him pay for that.
He's not going to miss that very often.
Lelich staying back. It's like a good forehand comes to net, forces the error. Will drive the ball for both wings. You see some of his athleticism. Forehand from Lelich. That's great action there.
There you go.
Point for 2-love. Venture's one of the most active players in the country for that crossing, trying to cut off return to serve. Some very aggressive volleys, great hands. Close there from Lelich. Big shout out to Bill O'Brien of Chicago, the latest member of the APTA Hall of Fame. Well deserving. Just a true gentleman. What a great lob. Oh,
wow, how about that?
Close, misses the volley, and it's 2-love. Yeah, Bill O'Brien's been such a central part of Chicago battle for a long time. Just a tremendous honor and well deserved. Okay, Anton Matsenko to serve. Matsenko, like a lot of players, serves sidearm. He just hasn't figured out how to get any bite on that ball. What a volley, cross-handed. Playing a lot of balls into Matsenko, and he's generating a lot of offense over there. big forehand for Protsenko, misses that one.
Love 5.
So love 15. Protsenko was playing with Max Leboeuf. Holding his serve was always a task. As you can see, that ball just sits up there high. He's got great hands, volleys real well. The whole point of the sidearm serve is keeping it low. You experimented with it, Andrew?
A little bit.
What do you think of it?
I've tried pretty much everything with my own serve, and still trying to figure that out after 20 years. No, I think there's a lot of benefits to the underhand serve. More and more guys are using it. And like you said, trying to keep that down low, or if you can hit a real heavy spin, and that still stays much lower than a typical overhand serve.
His
Gives you more time to get in, too. Gets you in better position for the volley.
This ball just gets up higher. 30-40. As he misses it long. So 30 all. Tried to score wrong there. Protsenko, a little bit like Leboeuf, is always moving in, always looking to catch the ball early. That's a ball they just gotta let through. Too much movement to try and make that volley, play it off the back wire easily. Point for 3 love. Nope. Alt. 1-2.
Score is now Christian Protsenko leading 2-1.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, Mark. As all the local viewers know, Tomas has really been the upcoming player in our region, and they've seen him play a lot of local tournaments, and just all kinds of skills. His movements, his overheads have probably more spin than anybody's ever seen in our region. And playing with Drew last year, I think he had to tone some of his offense down and just kind of get into that style Drew likes to play. But I think you're going to see today he's going to cut loose, a lot more than what we're used to seeing last year.
Big forehand there. This is Marco Grangiero serving. Lobs landing in the foil. Whole match.
Yeah, interesting. That wasn't due to the sun, that one.
Love 5.
In some of that big forehand Christian arrow, though he's not happy with that miss. 30-15. $40-15. Wild forehand there from Christian. That takes us to 2-all.
Yep, a few errors. Everybody's still settling in.
That's great hands there by Christian. A great exchange, but again, just a little bit too fast by Lelich.
30, love.
Some really good lobbing from Lelich. Almost an amazing volley there. Great blitz from Lelich there. Ruggiero is such a disciplined player. Sometimes he gets going a little fast with his blitzes, but learned the game from Jerry Viant and really smart player. Misses that lob low.
40-15.
We were talking about serve earlier, and serve is such a tough thing in that warm weather.
Yeah, it's interesting time of the year. The temperature changes quite a bit. A lively day. Right now the court's actually pretty warm. The aluminum, the ball picks that up to make it a little lively.
There's a big forehand. Ruggiero. And we got a point for 3 games in a row. Go up 3-2 right here if they can convert. Great overhead by Pertsenko. Turned him around.
Perfect little roller.
Yeah, most sight of that ball and couldn't recover. Christian is struggling with that serve right now, Andrew.
And that's unusual for him.
Ruggiero wants that one back. So that one he just threw in the box. I wonder if he let his partner know he could hit that serve.
I don't think so.
Another great blitz from Lelich, and it's 3-2. For over 20 years, Paddle Pro has been recognized as an industry leader in platform tennis. The knowledge, expert advice, vast inventory, and ultimate customer service will help any player find the perfect equipment to take your game to the next level. Paddle Pro is the only website to carry all platform tennis brands. For more information, go to www.paddlepro.com. Andrew, what are you seeing so far?
A lot of errors all the way around. Just seems to be, there's some nice offense, but there's missed offense, faulting, a little bit of communication. Still think they're settling in.
Sven Lelich serving. Thomas Christian. How low the Grangero point of contact is in a lot of his overheads. Very hard ball to drive. Christian can't handle that roller. First couple of games we saw a lot of offense from the backcourt. All of a sudden we're not seeing so much of it, just a lot more lobbing. That's a ball Pritsenko's got to let Christian play. Ball there. Oh, that's a great forehand from Lalic. There's the hard overhead from Grangero, really opens the court up. Great get from Christian. Pulled out by Pritsenko and upheld by chair umpire Ryan. 30-15.
Excellent point. I think they're starting to settle in, cutting down on some errors, establishing their game plan.
Interesting to see if they can attack the Lalic overhead because he's got a much higher point of contact than Grangero does. Grangero blitz. Pritsenko blitz. Grangero calls it out. Great lob there from Christian. Great point.
30 all.
Heck of a point. Both teams really moving those overheads around to both sides, mixing up the spins, trying for some mix. You know, sometimes the players that the viewers, players that are newer to the game, a lot of the coaching they get, you know, they're told to keep picking on that same corner, not to move it around too much. Sometimes it can be a good strategy.
Pick and stick.
At this level. Yeah.
Big point here to go 4-2. Continue the momentum. And you see some more of that movement from Grangiero at the net.
Yep, going wide. Soft middle. Good lob. Roller, here we go. Start a pattern of some spins.
Great exchange there. Great hands by Pertsenko. The ball looked like it was behind him. That's a great cheat up the wire. Lelich had him off the net, just fails to execute. Back to deuce. So both Grangiero and Lelich close the net there where they saw that Pertsenko was going to drive the ball. Another great backhand for Pertsenko. Great action. Pertsenko misses that one. Another point for 4-2. Yeah, faulting is such a big part of the game in the warm weather, Andrew. Just get that ball in the box. There, Grangiero smartly bails. Ball's just coming out too hot. Try and make a volley. We've talked about this often on air, but the warmer the weather, the less bet. A little confusion in the backcourt there between Grangiero and Lelich. So
yeah, Mark, you'd almost rather be back in the backcourt. Ball sitting up a little bit and take your chances with some offense. Not always benefit to be at the net on a warm day.
See Lelich changing sides a lot with the overheads. It's bound to get you in trouble. The opposite of what you were talking about earlier, pick and stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see there's a lot more pace on the Lelich overhead than the Grangiero overhead. It's a great blitz from Protsenko. Oh, great half volley. Good, called out.
Pulled out.
Okay, 3-all. Great instant replay here. Okay, so Protsenko to serve. Going overhand this time. Protsenko's got some great physical skills. That was a tough half volley there. Great cut winner from Grangiero.
Fun to watch.
Grangiero lost the score there. He headed up to net for his partner to serve. That last serve from Protsenko is such a good example. I mean, it was a terrible serve, had nothing on it, didn't try and hit hard, but he's got such great hands. He just came in and made the volley behind it.
Battling that sun a little bit on the far side.
It's errors like that that determine who's going to win and who's going to lose this match. Oh.
15-30.
Big forehand from Lalic. Like Protsenko's kind of abandoned the sidearm serve.
Yeah, just going with that up and in, the soft one.
Yeah, ball catches Lalic, hard overhead. See if Christian Protsenko trying something different here on serving to Lalic because he's had two hammer forehands. Protsenko stays back, stays to the point. So much of the game is just get that ball over the net one more time. Protsenko really caught Lalic closing there with a great lob. A great transition ball from Grangiero as Protsenko misses the first volley. 30-40. The parade of breaks has started, Andrew. Great lob from Protsenko. He left that ball drop because of the sun?
I think so. What a lob volley from Protsenko moving forward. That's remarkable. Oh, what a volley from Grangiero. How about that?
You go from the hunted to the hunter and back again.
That's just incredible reactions.
I think Protsenko thought he had him dead to rights, and then the ball was coming back at his feet before he'd finished his swing.
about you, Mark? You using that underhand serve a little bit?
Very effectively. I can hit it within 3 feet of the service box every time. Just never goes in. Which doesn't make it altogether different from my overhand serve. So in some sense, I've worked on it very well. I've achieved the same level with both of them. Okay, so Marco Grangiero to serve. 4-3, first set. Grangero's got such a pretty motion, but sometimes the serve just goes awry. A lot of short lobs to Lalich. Finally dodges them out of the service box there. Yeah, that's the error you can't afford to make in transition. You got to get back and keep the ball in play. I think Grangiero and Lalich are much more effective when Grangero's in the backhand side of the net hitting the overheads. Such a good defensive overhead. And I like the roller from Lalich. Yeah, Christian moves awfully far to his left to drive that ball, and he's deep in the court. Big moment in the set right here, Andrew.
30 off.
Great backhand for Protsenko. He was deep in the court, but he still beat Grangiero. Won't see that happen too many times. Point for 4-all. Grangiero faults again, and you can see the service faults are really having a major impact on the match.
Yeah, this is a lot of faults for a quarterfinal. Trying to look out, see how bad that sun is.
Oh! Lalich came out of his shoes to hit that forehand and missed it. See Christian Protsenko switching back to their customary sides. Grangiero was looking for that nick. That low driving overhead hard at the Protsenko corner. See Grangiero fighting the sun now. Oh, what a get from Christian. Boy, I didn't think he had a chance at that ball at all. Grandero was looking for that one that time. Great close from Lalich. See if Protsenko can cut off one of those hard overheads to the side wire from Lalich here. He's looking for it with the backhand. Great read there from Christian. Again, you see him creeping up the wire looking for that backhand. Real good action from all four players right here. As is normally the case, as the set gets deeper and closer to the end, people play much more conservatively.
Part of the match right here. These are the biggest points so far today.
Until the next one.
It's gonna be, yep, until the next one. It's going to be quite a few right here. This is a big moment.
A couple of amazing pickups from Protsenko. His hands really enabled him to play short in the court and put a lot of pressure on his opponents. Once again, Grandero, Lalich on top of the net, reading the drive from Christian. Great drive there from Protsenko, caught the net, and Grandero was able to dig it out. See if Grandero and Lalich decide to switch back to their customary sides, as we've seen from Christian Protsenko. Great forehand from Lalich, caught Christian leaning to the middle. Great action, great forehand from Christian. I think they've got the score wrong. It's 30 love.
Going with the soft serve again, just not willing to take a chance and missing one right now.
As we talked about, there's no big advantage to being at the net right now, so why risk faulting? I think that's really smart. This is that one wide, 30-15. So it was indeed 30 love last point. That long point confused the umpire. cross from Putsenko. Lob on the line. There's some more confusion from Granjero Lalich. And those types of misses could cost him the set.
Could have been a little sun on that one too.
Big forehand from Lalich misses, and it's 5-4. Christian Putsenko. Boy, this match is like a seesaw, back and forth.
Like you said, though, just getting that serve in, giving up the net in most cases, cutting down on some errors, and it worked.
There's this amazing get from Christian. Yeah, I mean, more often than not, the last team that touches the point is going to lose the point. So you got to get the ball over the net. You got to get that serve in the box in these warm days. When the weather gets cold, the net's much more advantageous place to be. For a day like today, you're going to get lots of swings from the backcourt, as you talked about earlier, Andrew. The ball's going to come out hot, high and hot.
Yeah, serving and staying back like that, I think that's good for a lot of the club players to see, that if you're struggling with your serve or maybe with your volley, just get it in, let your partner know what you're doing. Your partner can either stay on his side of the court or her side of the court, or decide to cut over, and as long as you pre-plan it, you can surprise the receivers cutting that off. And if it goes through, just head back to the baseline.
So spin Lalich to serve to stay in the first set. They're playing with fire with Putsenko over there with those hard overheads. Lalich has had a lot of answers to the net with the volleys. Oh, catches the net cord there and stays in the court. Lucky. I'm sure his heart was in his throat. Yeah, those down-up overheads to Putsenko are just giving him an opportunity to attack with that backhand. Another great volley from Lalich. His overhead's getting him in trouble, and his hands are bailing him out. Great overhead there. The cut overhead down the middle forces the error from Putsenko. Missed forehand from Putsenko there. Those are like a breath of fresh air to the server. Lalich has done a great job stepping forward, cutting off a lot of those drives from Putsenko. Can't get that one, but what a half from Granjero. That takes us to 40-love. I don't know, Andrew, we might be headed for a breaker here. These teams seem pretty evenly matched to me right now.
It's looking that way. I think they noticed Putsenko missed a drive, that prior point, and they decided, hey, he took one. Let's see if we can get him to take another. Played him a little extra, and he ended up making a second missed drive.
Yeah, that's just too far to travel when he hits that ball, that down and up overhead to Protsenko, and he's got to get back in to make the volley. Hard to make that volley when you're moving that quickly and that far. Wild miss there from Christian, and it's 5-all. Really well served game there from Lalich. But that last ball that Christian missed, you'd have to describe that one as a sitter, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. That's a ball that, when we all watch him play locally, barely misses it, if ever. You get in these situations, things are a little tighter, they mean a little more. You know the guys on the other side are that much better. Ends up with more errors that way.
Protsenko is yet to hold serve today. His third try. Those are short lobs. Venturo's on top of the net, kind of picking his spots.
Haven't been anywhere near the service line for any of these overheads.
Here he catches the net. Great get by Christian.
Another missed drive. Maybe getting a little impatient.
I'm staying back on the Protsenko serve. Max LeBavere was here, he'd be having some PTSD. A great overhead from Grangero. A lot of spin, not too much pace. Protsenko knew that was going to be a tough ball to play off the wires, but he couldn't grab it off the deck, and that's 3 opportunities for 6-5. Grangero Lalich. A great backhand from Lalich. And they'll serve for the first set at 6-5.
Yeah, great backhand, and the blitz to follow it in just puts pressure on that volley. Yeah, some missed drives, a lot of opportunities there. Would you say they drives they should have taken? It looked to me like they should have taken those drives. They were good opportunities.
Yeah, it's just such risk reward in the warm weather. Some of those drives, like the one that Christian missed to lose the game at 5-4, even if he makes that ball, he's hit it so hard they're not taking over the net. It's coming right back out. Okay, Grangero to serve for the first set at 6-5.
Oh, another missed drive.
And there's nothing you like better as the server when you're serving for the set to start a game off that way. Going I formation against Protsenko. That's what I mean. So you hit a good return of serve. It just, the weather's so warm, comes back off the wires. And here you see Grangero Lalich kind of giving up the net voluntarily. A little concerned with the sun. I think this is a really smart move. what a move from Grangero. And again, you saw how Grangero's paddle was up. If Jerry Vian was here, she'd be describing it perfectly. Paddle up on the backhand side, moving forward the whole time. 2 points from the set. Second spectacular volley we've seen from Grangero this match. Again, great transition. Force your opponent to hit that first volley. That's a long way for Christian to travel. He misses the volley long, and that's 3 set points. Grangero Lelic. Great off-pace drive from Lelic. Look, they're kind of retreating now. Great cut winner from Protsenko, saves 1. So it looks like Grangero wants to go back, but Lelic hanging in there. Now Lelic is moving back. They're both moving back. So if your opponents don't want the net, then you've got to be really judicious in the decision making for which balls you're going to volley, because if you let them go through, you'll just take over the net again.
Words of wisdom.
So the only way right now for Protsenko to lose this point is to miss a volley or an overhead. Oh, great backhand from Lelic. That's game in first set. Grangero Lelic 7-5. A proud partner to the APTA, Fusion curates what's next in branded gear and apparel for your company, your team, or your event. With a team of dedicated industry experts, Fusion creates high-end product selections for customizations with your club logo, team name, or corporate identity. We create stress-free shopping experience with custom online stores and quick custom ordering to get the gear you need now without any hassle. Visit www.gearbyfusion.com and let Fusion provide you with gear to fuel your brand.
Mark, I'm here with Protsenko and Christian. Just going to do a little inside scoop. So, Tomas, how would you explain that first set? What do you need to think about doing in the second one?
I think we just got to clean up the errors a little bit here, Hawk. Just put a little more pressure, a little more offensive with the overheads. Clean it up, I think, from the backcourt too. Put a little more pressure on them, that's all.
Okay, awesome, good luck. So I don't know if you could hear that, but he mentioned, just trying to clean up some errors and try to put a little bit more pressure on with their own overheads. Could you hear that, Mark?
Yep.
Yep, so, some basic stuff, just cleaning up some errors in the backcourt. It sounds like they might want to try to get a little more aggressive with their own overheads, a little more spin to create some opportunities for themselves. So, but as you know, it's errors, and that showed in that set when it came down to it.
Okay, so Grangero Lelic have left the court. And when they return, we're going to continue with second set, this quarterfinal matchup. And the biggest problem I saw, Andrew, was all the faulting. I mean, that really hurt them.
Yeah, I think initially that kind of set the stage. Just too many service errors. Still puzzled a little bit by the number of drive errors. You know, everybody's been in these big situations before, but just kind of surprised at a few of those.
And you saw the experience of Marco Grangero, who's by far and away played the most big matches of anybody on the court. Just hit a lot of smart overheads and ultimately came up with a smart strategy. Either here Lelic to stay back and not deal with the sun. Lelic hit a great backhand on set point. And it's really hard to adjust your mindset when you're at the net, when your opponents don't want to come to net, to let a ball go through like that you could chase down and put back in and come forward again.
Yeah, like you said, Grangero, he's been here. What's he been? Do you remember at least one national semis?
Yep, he and George Wilkins were as high as 3 in the country.
Yep.
Wins over Durant Parsons. They're a real force.
Yeah, he was one of those guys. When he came onto the scene, you could see all the skills, just incredible. We saw the hands today. You know, he was one of those guys that had to learn how to harness a lot of the different options he would have with any given ball. And once he settled in and learned how to stay regimented with his shots and pick his moments with his offense, I mean, he just took off. And like you said, they were three in the world at one time.
Okay, so a couple new balls for the chair umpire. Looks like Christian is going to start the second set as he did the first. Interesting to see if Grangero, Lelic stay away from the net again this set when they're on that sunny side.
Yeah, there you go. Just what he said. They're going to start trying to put more pressure on, particularly his overhead.
That's an awfully hard thing to do on a warm day like this. Very patient play early from, tricky forehand from Grangero. Prusenko has the response. Great backhand from Grangero. He loves that shot. He kind of senses when you're off the net.
Quite a target. He can take that ball anywhere.
And again, as we
like
keep
you
talking
said earlier.
about.
Yep. Like you were. I think that's what you were going to say. Is that staying in the backcourt, that overhead. When that comes, it's sitting up higher, right where you like it.
That one, Prusenko smartly got out of the way. Grangero just bails. Can't see that ball. So when you try and get too aggressive with your overhead, that's one of the things that happens.
Great return.
Well, Prusenko tries to go between the legs, and it's 1-love. Grangero, Lelic.
It's a lot of work too. When you decide you're going to start hitting those heavy spinning overheads, they're not really effective. The other team's kind of unfazed by it. You're risking the ball sitting up. You know, then it can get a little frustrating. Then you resort to trying a cut winner overhead. It doesn't work.
Oh, fantastic volley from Grangiero. So now, if you're Grangiero Lalic on this side of the net, you want to play very conservatively, knowing the sun is in your favor and they're having a hard time seeing the ball. Grangiero misses that one. Every time he misses a volley, you're surprised.
Serve is a little long.
So that's 15-30. A great volley from Lalic. Once again, his volley's bailing out his overhead. Good dig from Christian. Thought he was in trouble there. Really smart bail there from Christian early. A wild overhead from Grangiero. Can't blame the sun on. Can't blame that one on the sun.
A missed volley, a missed overhead, and a fault, and here we are.
Just an invitation to come back in the match after winning 4 consecutive games. Yeah, Christian's got to be careful driving the ball from that position. If you're going to hit it, you got to really hit it. He was short in the court and exposed. Big point early second set. Now the gate comes open, we can play a lead. I don't know whether that serve call was upheld or reversed. We thought it was a fault, Andrew. I think it's 30-40, but if it was reversed, then it would be 40-30. Great volleying from Grangiero Lalic after a couple of not so great overheads. Yeah, there Grangiero saw Christian looking for that ball, went really hard at the side wire. See Christian's looking for that ball a lot, and he's getting a couple of opportunities over there. A great slide from Grangiero, and he beats him with the volley.
Incredible backhand volley again. Yep,
okay, so it looks like the call. Yeah, they overturned that call, and it was not a fault. And that's 5 consecutive games from Granjero Lelic, and now Protsenko has to serve, who's 0 for 3 in his serve here, going overhand. Lelic is just batting practice for him. Good transition there from Protsenko. Looks like some sun issues there for Christian, and this match is slipping away from them, Andrew.
Yeah, this momentum is rolling right now. A little help from the sun on one. Tough ball from Grangerio.
Again, the Protsenko serve really having a negative impact on the match, really struggling with it. Look where Grangerio is there, just right on top of the net. Christian Protsenko switching in the backcourt. Oh, that was a rocket. Great get. And look at Grangerio at the net. Unbelievable. Oh, what a get from Protsenko. Well, we got to see this point again. Hopefully we get a replay from John Scott. Wild decision for Protsenko. Ends a spectacular point. There's love 40. That's a little bit what you were talking about earlier, Andrew, was when you play fast, when you play slow, and he got going too fast there, made a bad decision. Great down the line lob, called out. And the call is reversed. Protsenko is not happy. And that's 3-love, Granjero Lelic. And he hit that ball a long way. I think John Lubau is going to get it. I don't know if they're not, but I think they're probably switching, so they probably don't need that ball back. So could someone let Lubau know that we don't need it? Yeah, right now it's all Granjero Lelic.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, speeding it up is often not a good strategy. It's counterintuitive, you know, to a lot of tennis players where they're used to trying to get more aggressive, trying to find a way to win points. Here it's slowing it down and trying not to lose points.
Now they're looking for a ball to use. Lelic picked one up off the side, but looks like chair umpire's Ryan is going to give him a new ball. Good decision. So 15 games, if they're switching every 7 games, that was a brand new ball he just hit out. I wonder if he has to pay for it also.
Yeah, what do you think? Should he have to? Could be some penalties for that.
Point penalty, $3. Okay, Granjero to serve, 3-love, second set. This thing is getting away fast. But I don't think there's any question that he should have received a violation of some sort for that.
At least by the hut around the beers here at Philly Cricket. It's a beautiful hut. I think everybody would appreciate getting a free beer from him today.
A little chatting here between Christian and Protsenko. See if Protsenko can regain his poise. A great ball. This is almost a must game for Christian Protsenko, playing in the shade to win here. I mean, platform matches are never over until they shake hands, and even then sometimes they're not. But they really need this game. I think that's a great play from Protsenko. If they don't want the net, then bring him in, hit that hard overhead, and see if you can bring him forward. 15-all.
Yeah, that's a good call there.
Oh, that was a 5-hole right there. Whoa. Christian looking for a little bit of skin from Lalich there. Great scramble from everybody. Lalich moving well, and another great get from Protsenko. And there they are coming back. Don't want the net. Look for another hard overhead here as soon as Christian and Protsenko have an opportunity. Oh, just great play from Lalich. Quick up there. Those are hard volleys, too, when you're moving that quickly. Brilliant play.
That's incredible lateral movement right there.
Another good forehand from Lalich, and Christian can't come up with it.
40-15.
Big forehand return there after Christian tags Lalich. So you wonder if Grangero's staying back. Does it make sense for Lalich to even be in? Not if you're going to put in a meatball serve like that. That was a bit of a mishit that Lalich let go through.
But there was a little pressure on the receiver by keeping the service partner up there. But no, that's a good question. Like, why even bother?
Yeah, it puts pressure on him, but if you're going to get pegged with the return because the serve is such a meatball. I think everybody understands the importance of this point. Wow, Lalich with a really bad miss there. Oh, what a volley from Grangero. But why? If they don't want the net, let's see if they surrender the net again like they have been. I mean, Grangero is 2 feet behind the service line.
Yeah, he's just ready to walk back to the back court any second.
They catch the nick. Great overhead there. Catches the nick. Another point for 4-Love. A little conversation here. Grangero, Lalich. Y formation. Stay back. Poach. See what the decision is. Looks like they're going with the regular formation. Yep. Second thoughts. Staying where they are. And Grangero catches Protsenko in transition and beats him with the forehand off the wires. And there goes Lubau. That's John in the green shirt chasing the ball down. He is unquestionably the best ball boy on tour, Andrew. He is brilliant at chasing those misses down.
Reminder to the fans that we're going to be here all afternoon into the evening. Semifinals coming up. Definitely swing by. It's a who's who here in the hut. We have Greg Eager dressed in his whites, of course. Legendary Ron Pinsky, I see floating around. John Talbot, of course. And America's guest, Dollar Bill. He's here somewhere.
Okay. Christian starts off with a fault. Kind of feel like this, if Jerry Vian was here, she'd say this, the water's going down the drain. Oh, wild miss from Grangero. Almost like that break, a little bit of loss of concentration for both teams. 3 consecutive errors.
30-15.
The problem for Christian Protsenko is they have to switch sides and play in the sun the next 2 games. And Protsenko's got to serve again. So we saw Christian Protsenko have some real success with the hard overhead, and we haven't seen him go back to it.
Okay.
40-15.
Chance to get on the board.
Game, Christian Protsenko.
Okay, and they're on the board.
Radamio and Lalic lead 4-1.
All right, Mark. Yep. Didn't want to go down 5-0 like the Phillies did last night.
Why not? The Phillies won.
Well,
They had 6 innings to get back in it.
little different game, a lot of different factors.
Okay. So Sven Lalic to serve. Up 7-5, 4-1. Again, great volley from Lalic. Just on top of the net. I think Christian did anything wrong there. Just Lalic made an amazing volley.
Yeah, he was waiting for it. Snuggled up to the net.
Great transition ball from Lalic. He's really played well. Protsenko really likes to drive that side back ball. It's like hanging on the back wire. Oh, great ball there.
15-all.
Oh, that ball was close. Good that way to let that ball through by Lalic. No reason to take a risk there, and sun's bad. You see Protsenko miss the overhead. See Granjero looking for the nick on the deuce court there. Granjero misses that one. They've missed very few volleys. 30-all.
40. Yes. Out.
A must-win game here. Need to get this to 4-2.
Yep, there's the backhand he missed in the last point. Yeah, just such a dangerous drive. Just your team is out of position and you're driving the ball. Grangero's volleyed so well all match. Just can't afford to make that mistake. That's such a mental error at this point of the match.
He makes it look easy, that volley. So compact. He's always got that paddle right up where it should be.
Doesn't seem like the sun is impacting Protsenko too much as it did Grangero Lelic, but let's see. Very patient point being played here from Grangero Lelic. Another great blitz from Lelic. Moves so well for a big guy. Grangero beats Protsenko again. Another time he's driving the ball when he's out of position and gets beaten. That's just happening way too often. I want to see him going behind Grangero a little bit, something different. A great exchange. Great hard overhead, but Christian runs it down. Another point to get back to 2-4. Again, that's a ball that Protsenko's driving when Lelic is literally standing on the net. So it's gotten him in trouble a number of times. The same thing. When your opponents are real close to the net in good volleying position, it just doesn't pay to drive that ball. Misses that volley wide, and that ball was behind him, found his right hip, forced him to flip his paddle and hit a forehand volley. Much better spot to drive there from Protsenko. Christian gets away with that drive, but again, so deep in the court. Much better driving there from Pritsenko. But, yeah, I think his reaction describes that overhead perfectly, Andrew.
Playing such a good point.
But therein lies the rub. Sometimes you have to make 30, 40, 50 good decisions to win a point at this level. Well, maybe not at this level, but at the top levels of the game.
So I've heard.
Another great volley by Grangero. You see him sliding to his right. Oh, great blitz there from Pritsenko. Sliding to his right, always keeping the paddle in the backhand. There was no forehand volley there. Grangero playing singles at the net now. I'm sorry, Pritsenko playing singles at the net. Oh, that's a great forehand. And they'll have a point for 5-2. There's a good return off that backside serve by Pritsenko. Again, Lalic all over the net, read that Christian drive and beat him.
Yeah, his anticipation and movement has won a lot of points.
Dangerous drive there too, again. Big forehand for Pritsenko there, takes the net over. Then he goes with the hard overhead for reasons I'm not quite sure. and gives it right up. Maybe they don't want the net either. But Senko just tends to reach for a lot of balls, doesn't he? Lelich misses that one, and this game just goes on and on. Our 6th or 7th deuce. Okay, back-to-back faults, and it's 4-2. That Lelich forehand return has been a huge weapon in this match.
On that forehand. Got Grangerio to have to go with that right hip, right shoulder.
I like the decision for Portsenko to stay back in his serve there. Oh, Christian's got to make that ball.
What do you think, Mark? At this point, should they even be taking those drives or just go into lockdown mode? And
right. You know, they're playing with the sun on their side. To me, that was the right ball to swing at. He just missed it. They haven't lobbed well enough to go into lockdown mode. Again, I mean, it sound like a broken record, Andrew, but how many times can Portsenko be beaten driving the ball from bad positions? That the 5th, 6th, 7th time?
Lelich, I mean, it's just not even worth driving.
Grangerio beats them in transition. Great ball off the back wires. That's the first lob we've seen in a while that drove him out of the service box. 2 consecutive ones. There, Grangerio catches the seam. That's 5-2.
Want to take a minute to thank one of our other sponsors, the Chamonix Creek Brewing Company. Proudly brewed in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Okay, so 5-2. And Grangerio will serve for the match. See if they give up the net again as they have in the past. They've been on this side. And there they go, retreating. Boy, risky play there from Christian coming in behind that ball with the Lalich forehand. I mean, he could have come in, waited for a lob before he moved forward. No rush to take over the net. Great blitz from Grangiero.
15 love. 15 love.
Just can't hit that hard overhead off the backside. You're just going to pay for it. Grangiero hits that backhand too well. Follows it up by moving forward. He is moving so well. We haven't seen Marco play for a while, but Grangiero is just moving brilliantly all over the court. Looks like he's in great shape. Is there 2 points from the match? And I just don't understand what Protsenko's doing there, Andrew. I mean, you have one up, one back, you have two lobs, they're going to give you the net. The blitz like that is just, yeah. Okay, triple match point.
A little frustration, maybe.
Serve called out, 40-15. They get away making that volley, but that was just another questionable decision to me, not to bail when they're not looking to come to net. And there, Lalich misses the lob long. It's 2 match points saved. Great hard overhead there for Protsenko, and I think that's a really good play. I want to see more of that. 3 match points saved. Wow. Well, that was out of nowhere. What did Andrew?
Did not see that coming, Mark.
Lead 5-3.
Get one of the breaks back. They saved 3 consecutive match points. And you'd have to think that things are a little tighter on the other side of the net.
Boy, if you can find a way to hold here.
Smart play by Christian, though, lobbing that ball. I mean, if they're not coming in, why risk anything?
Yeah, they're trying to really not give Marco anything.
Back in for Lalich. Was smart of Christian to let it go. There's no reason to try and make a difficult volley at this point. What I would like to see more of is some more hard overheads looking for the nick, or hard overheads at them, and then just bail off the court. Let them drive the ball. Like that.
Yeah.
Again, smart play by Protsenko. Just let the ball through. Great get in the nick. Few more overheads at this point from Granjero Lalich.
Okay.
Long first point. Now, really smart move by Christian Protsenko to stay back here. If they don't want the net, why risk missing a first volley? Why miss missing a serve? I think that's a great play from Protsenko. Hit the hard overhead. If he's running it down, just bail and come back again next point. Next shot.
Yep, you mentioned that, and that seems to be working.
And now all of a sudden you see Granjero Lalich pressing a little bit. They've also completely taken away Lalich return to serve as a weapon. Great blitz there from Protsenko. Catches them with some confusion.
Now or later? Semis or now? Yeah, I like that. Stacey and Joe Myself. Still coming on.
Okay.
That's 9 consecutive points from 5-2, 40 love. Now Lalich will try and serve it out for a second time at 5-4.
Mark, we had a classic Philadelphia paddle hut moment just a few seconds ago when a local hero, Dollar Bill, came over to the desk here and had thought that the Protsenko Christian match was already over. He had beer in hand. I'm sure it wasn't his first one.
What do you think here, Andrew? Yeah. Serve or break here? Hold or break?
I think we're going 5-all.
So what was the rest of your story with Dollar Bill?
Oh, he thought this match was over, so they might have to cut him off at the keg. I think a lot of players thought this, yeah, right?
A lot of viewers thought this match was over. Okay, looks like Lalich will serve with a new ball. Tell Lubau we don't need that ball back if he's going to chase it. Okay, Lalich to serve for the match. 5-4 second set. And now you see Protsenko staying back because of the sun. Wild backhand overhead there from Lalich. Big forehand there from Protsenko, and that's 10 consecutive points. And Protsenko gets beaten again with his court positioning. Great recovery there. Protsenko again playing with fire on top of the net. He's driving the ball from short in the court. Cannot afford another mistake like that. Great ball there from Protsenko.
14-30.
Moved by Grangiero to come back and talk to Lalich.
Go, Phils.
Lalich has volleyed so well all match.
Yeah, he's been a big difference in this match. Whenever he sees that drive coming, he just gets right on top of it.
So many short lobs. So rarely outside the service box. Poroshenko almost gets beaten again. Although ultimately the drive does beat him as Grangiero hits the great cut winner on the short lob. That was all set up by his driving the ball from a bad position. And Grangiero punished him for it. 2 points from the match. Is the sun that bad at the net right now? It just doesn't look like it would be. So much of the court's in shade.
It is. It is. He had to let that go through. It's now the sun's dropped a little lower.
Again, so many offensive overheads because the lobs are so short. As is that one, and that takes us to match point number 4.
That was a really nice combination of 6 or 7 overheads right there. A lot of variety.
But only because the lobs were so short. Each lob was barely clearing the net. Like that. And that.
Choosing to stay up.
Great ball from Grangiero. It seems like so many of the lobs Poroshenko's hitting, he's out of balance and just not getting anything on them. That's a clever overhead from Grangiero right at Christian. Have Granjero Lalic been out of the service box this trip to the net? There's a great lob. Oh, great play by Lalic as he blitzes, and it's game, set, match. Granjero Lalic, 7-5, 6-4. Andrew, closing thoughts?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Lalic just, his hand, well, they both volleyed. Grangerio and Lalic just volleyed so well, anticipated well. I think that the hands, to me, ended up being the difference, and that, like you said, the shorter lobs from Christian and Pritsenko. They just couldn't get out of that pattern.
Okay, Andrew, pleasure doing the match with you, and that's a wrap from the men's quarterfinals. We'll be back with the men's semifinals at approximately 5:30 p.m., although we will have the time put up on the stream. See everybody later.